Hi, I'm Jared with Drainage Connect, and today we're going to be looking into a question from Kevin from Minnesota. Kevin's looking into some Pro Series channel, like I've got here in my hands. Now, one of his questions in regards to the Pro Series channel is, can I make bends with it? Specifically bends that NDS doesn't make, like the 90 degree or the 45 degree you see here. And the answer, of course, is yes. You can make bends out of this. Now, the process is a little bit more difficult and involved than it would typically be if you could just buy it and pre-drop it into the channel. However, we're here at Drainage Connect to make things simple for you. So first we're going to go to the whiteboard, and then we'll go out to the miter saw and get a live look at exactly how to do this. So we're here at the whiteboard now, and we're looking at exactly how we want to draw these angles out. But first, it's important to note, how do we measure an angle? What exactly is the measurement we need? And we're going to go over that real quick with some of the angles we mentioned earlier, the 90 and the 45. First, let's draw up a 90. Obviously, this isn't perfectly to scale, but it illustrates our point. So, how is this angle measured? Imagine if the line never stopped. The angle here would then be 90 degrees. As a result, this is a 90-degree turn. What about the 45 though? Because the 90 is really simple. It's the same on both sides, so if you measure from the wrong side, it doesn't matter. It does matter out in the real world though when you're using real materials. So let's go over the 45 real quick, and then we'll delve into exactly how to do any angle you want. Again, not the world's best drawing. I'm not an artist. But let's draw up this guideline to help us think about and visualize exactly what we're doing here. Again, what is the angle here? It's, again, not perfect, but it's pretty close. You can tell that that's a 45-degree angle. What if you needed something a little bit more extreme? Like, let's say a 60-degree angle. Something that NDS doesn't make, and you can't make by adding these two together. Let's take a look at that. How do we do it first? First and foremost, let's get the 60-degree angle up. 60 degrees brings us most of the way to 90, but not all the way. So you can see, this would be useful for obstructions that a 90 just doesn't quite cut it. Maybe you've got a tree right here that you want to go around. Something like that. So, how do we cut that angle? First things first, we take the angle, in our case 60 degrees, then we divide it by 2. That gives us the angle that we'll need to cut. 2 of these 30-degree angles will allow us to join them together and give us the 60-degree angle we're looking for. But let's get slightly more advanced with it before we head out to the miter saw and take a look at it live. What if we were just trying to go around this obstacle, so we did something like this, and then we wanted to get back over perpendicular to where we were originally starting at? This might look a lot more complicated, but really it's the exact same thing. The important thing to remember is if you need to make a right-hand turn, that's 90 degrees. If you go 60 degrees, all you've got to do is add the additional 30. So this cut at 60 degrees, and this one at 30, will give you exactly what you need. Let's take it out to the miter saw and look at it live. We're here out on the floor with miter saw expert Matt. We're going to go over in depth on how to cut this. Now, a couple things before we begin. Want to make sure we've got our materials flush against the whatever we're cutting against, because we want to make sure that we get the angle precise. If the angle's at all wrong, this isn't going to work. So we're going to crank it over to 30 degrees, and we're going to cut our first piece of channel. So we've made our first cut, and now we're just going to turn the drill 30 degrees in the opposite direction, make our second cut. We're back in the studio now. Now we're going to go over the steps to bond your plastic together. If you have the mini channel series or Speed E or 8 to 12 inch Pro series, you'll use PVC glue for this step. If not, you'll need to use glue for polypropylene. Polypropylene is a different type of plastic which is a little bit lower energy and requires a higher energy activator and then a glue. We'll now use the activator or primer and get the surfaces of the area ready. We're just going to go ahead and apply this liberally. And now we'll just add the glue. So now we're just going to hold it together for about 45 seconds to a minute. In that time the adhesive should set in and this should be a solid channel. It takes about 24 hours for the adhesive to reach full strength though, so you'll want to do this about 1 to 2 days before you do your actual digging. So now I'm just going to do one more pass with the activator on the back side of this joint that we just did, and then I'm going to glue it one more time just to make sure I've got a real good steady bond there. And then once that's finished, I'll tape over it and it'll be ready to go in the ground. Alright guys, we're here outside now and we're just going to check the drain, make sure it works properly. You can see there is pretty good water pressure there. It's only been sitting for about 15 minutes, but you can see it's a pretty solid bend. It's not going to leak. Not going to have any issues with that. Thanks for watching the video guys. If you like what you saw, please subscribe below. If you have a question or a comment, please leave it. If you have a future video idea, either come to www.drainageconnect.com and shoot it to us through the contact form, call in, or leave a comment below. As always, thanks for watching.